Hi wrestling fans, thanks for clicking on the dreaded D Rose report. I now want to let you know that Ric Flair is now a fan of Jay Lethal, probably on Facebook too. Flair was raving about Lethal for the last few days after the Impact taping, last week if you've seen it. It was funny. He did a takeoff of Flair that was perfect. A little dark though, but otherwise he didn't have the hair though. But what can you expect? He did everything else perfect. Anyway, Flair was saying that Lethal now does Ric Flair better than the Nature Boy himself. Flair was hanging out with Lethal that night after the show, bragging to everyone about him, probably bugging the crap out of him. In an interview with the UK Sun, Raw superstar Chris Jericho spoke about his love of music and what led him to pursue the full-time wrestling career over the music career. And the most noteworthy item of the whole interview was Jericho was asked about his future with WWE and whether he's going to be leaving the ring for the stage anytime soon, like a lot of other people do. He says, "Good news for Jericho fans," he responded. He says, "I think now is the time to stay a couple of more years to help those around me. I want to help the younger talent." Oh, he's beautiful, ain't he? Oh, can't help but love the guy. Former WWE ring announcer Lillian Garcia, if you remember, maybe a week or two ago, I mentioned something about Triple H talking, ribbing her and Mick Foley taking up for her. Anyway, Lillian, this is what this is about. Lillian Garcia publicly thanked Mick Foley for coming to her rescue after Foley called out Triple H for making fun of Lillian's appearance when she made an appearance on Raw, taking over the ring announcing job because that's when they were stuck over there, over in the ocean the other side because of the volcano. Or Mount St. Helen, whatever it was, I don't know. Anyway, Mick Foley published a blog on MySpace criticizing Triple H for mocking Lilia during her appearance on the April 9th episode of Raw. Triple H made a joke about Garcia horsing around. A reference and an inside joke among some employees that Lillian has a horse-shaped face. Whew, I never seen Mr. Ed ever look that good. Anyway, Lillian wrote the following on her Twitter account to Mick Foley. It said, "Mick Foley, this tweet's for you. This especially appreciate your kind of words and compassion you showed in your blog. Your care for my feelings proved what a loving, caring, wonderful human being you are. This is why I truly miss working with you, and you're one of a kind. Thank you, love you." And then she wiped the brown stuff off her nose. The following matches are confirmed for tonight's tonight's SmackDown. Kofi Kingston taking on Christian in the final of the Intercontinental title, or tournament. CM Punk versus Rey Mysterio. MVP and JTG taking on the Dude Busters. Ooh, man, they sound terribly rough, don't they? Kane versus Chavo Guerrero. Also appearing, we got the old Jack Swagger, Big Show, Shad, Beth Phoenix, Vicky Guerrero, and the usual suspects. As noted before, the Rhoades family will be appearing at the WWE Developmental Show July 9th, if you're around that way, in Kissimmee, Florida. It's right behind Backstabbing, Georgia. Goldust noted on his Twitter account that his father, Dusty, will be coming out of retirement that night to team up with Goldust and brother Cody Rhodes in a 6-man match. This is going to be the first time Dusty's teamed up with both sons in one match ever. The official WWE magazine Twitter has launched a petition, whatever you want to call it. It's a Twitter version of a petition. Anyway, they got a petition to bring Betty White to Raw. It worked for Saturday Night Live, so they're going to try and do it there. That's some more publicity Vince is trying to get. Anyway, Kurt Hawkins, Vance Archer brought their new tag team to last night's episode of WWE Superstars, defeating 2 local wrestlers. Kurt and Hawkins and Archer both cut a promo and on putting over both of them because they're in love. Hawkins said that WWE gave them 30-day contracts to make an impact. They will be represented the SmackDown brand. By the way, Amy DeMont, remember old Lita? Old Lita, oh, no, O-L-D, O-L, old Lita. Will be appearing at Steel City Con in Monroeville, Pennsylvania at the Convention Center August 6th until the 8th. Alright, CM Punk isn't working SmackDown Live events this weekend in Canada because of his absence. Rey Mysterio and Christian takes on Luke Gallows and a mystery partner to be later advertised and announced. Chris Jericho also will be missing WWE Live events in Canada this weekend as his band Fozzy is performing in the UK. Law.com has an article up where WWE is denying that they fired the VP and General Counsel Jared Barty for sexual harassment, but he is gone from the company, so he could have had bad breath or something. They fired him. Anyway, WWE rep said that Barty was not terminated by WWE. Barty and WWE parted ways amicably. James Langham is acting General Counsel for WWE. It's all, both can say face is all that is. TNA is going to be holding a house show during the LaPorte County Fair in LaPorte, Indiana on July 24th this year. And we got tickets going on sale this Saturday. And as noted before, Abyss versus Desmond Wolfe will take place at Sunday's Sacrifice pay-per-view with Chelsea and the Hall of Fame ring on the line. If Abyss wins possession of Chelsea, he will have her for 30 days. Anyway, Team 3D sent out this press release. How much time have I got left? I got too much, I guess. Team 3D sent out this press release, of all things, announcing that TNA has signed a student from the wrestling school in Florida, Betsy Ruth. This is the same woman that injured Daphne a few weeks ago in a tryout match. Other graduates of the Team 3D Wrestling School have been with WWE or TNA as Jesse Neal and Rob Terry in TNA, Donnie Marlowe in WWE Developmental, and Patrick Brink, like on the verge of, who was once with TNA. Scott Hall, Kevin Nash are your new TNA Tag Champions after Nash cashed in his Feast or Fire briefcase on last night's Impact. Nash came out and pinned the downed Matt Morgan after Samoa Joe came out and beat up Morgan in an unrelated attack, I guess. F4W Online says the WWE production crews have made a big technical error before SmackDown taping this Tuesday night in Buffalo at the HSBC Arena. Fans were waiting to get into the arena. A TV with no audio in front lobby was on, and it was showing the WWE crew rehearsing for the show. Fans saw Teddy Long and Kofi Kingston rehearsing their segments, and the Divas rehearsing their match, and Jack Swagger practicing for his segments. The WWE stars prepare for the shows until the doors open for the fans to come in, but they had the TV on early and broadcasted it to the people out front. Oklahoma City ran an article this week of the son of former world champion Big Van Vader, or Big Vader, whatever you want to call him. Jesse White is his son, who played football at the University of Oklahoma. The article talked about Jesse and training for his career in pro wrestling, including comments from Vader and Jim Ross. Jesse is training for 2 wrestling days a week now and is working for the Mid-South Pro Wrestling in Oklahoma. I'd like to see that sucker, see what he looks like. Not Vader, I know. It's noted that Vader is still planning some shows in Japan and North America through his company, Vader Time Productions. And they're going to be holding a week-long wrestling camp later this year in Paradise City Club in Oklahoma City. Vader says he's going to be trying to help Jesse live his dream and get a contract with WWE. Vader said the main thing is in me is approaching the opportunity correctly, and he has to leave the arrogance behind. You have to stay humble, bring God with you on the road, and something I didn't do for a long time. He brought the case of booze with him, though. I don't know if he's still drinking or not. He always got in trouble for that. Hey, it's about 9:40. I got about 20 seconds to say, hey, I gotta go.